A teenage girl, accused of witchcraft, condemned by the church and burned alive before 1,000. But was Joan of Arc a holy savior or a dangerous heretic? She was just 13 when it began, a poor peasant girl working in the fields of Domremy, France. One day she claimed she heard voices, saints, angels, commanding her to drive the English out of France. To some it was a divine miracle, to others the dangerous delusion of a child. Joan defied every expectation of her time. She cut her hair, wore a man's armor, and led soldiers into battle. And against all odds, she won. In 1429, she lifted the siege of Orleans, a victory so stunning the French began calling her the Maid of Orleans. To the English, however, she was no hero. She was a witch, a symbol that had to be destroyed. But even saints can be betrayed. Captured by Burgundian allies of England, Joan was sold like cattle. Dragged in chains, she was thrown before a court where the verdict had already been written. The courtroom was not a place of truth. It was a stage, a performance of power. Dozens of clergymen, all men, circled around a teenage girl. They mocked her visions, twisted her words, accused her of wearing men's clothes, of claiming to hear God without the church's blessing. To them, this was not faith. This was witchcraft. On the morning of May 30th, 1431, Joan was led to the marketplace in Rouen. The crowd gathered, some curious, some furious, some silently weeping. She was tied to a wooden stake, her head shaved, her body trembling. The executioner lit the fire. And as the flames rose, she cried out one last word, Jesus. Smoke swallowed her voice, ash consumed her body, and when it was over, her remains were thrown into the Seine, erased, so no relic could ever inspire rebellion. But history has a bitter sense of irony. The same church that branded her a heretic declared her a saint nearly 500 years later. The teenage girl they burned alive became a timeless symbol of faith, courage, and defiance. So tell me, was Joan of Arc truly chosen by God, or was she simply a pawn in a ruthless game of politics and power? History whispers, but never answers.